Welcome to 1111 Tarot, and we're going to be doing something that is very important, and that is we're going to be experiencing a little bit of the dark night of the soul together. So I am going to allow the divine to take me into somebody's world and try to help guide them. Now, for those of you that don't understand what the dark night of the soul is, it precedes being awakened. Trauma can cause it, severe trauma. A lot of individuals that as youth had trauma awake, but we deny we're awake for fear due to programming and so forth, and then we'll rebirth as we get a little bit older. And then there are those that continue to have their clarity from very young. Often trauma can bring it, but also if things are just going splendidly well, all of a sudden you can be chosen to be awakened. And what is it that we go through is the dark night of the soul. When I talk about the dark night of the soul, I didn't know what it was called when it was happening. But it's different for every single person. And it is like looking within at the darkest part of your many faces. And it is heavy, scary. Like, when I say scary, fear is what we will, when you go through the dark night of the soul and you descend first before you can ascend, okay? Whenever it happens, whatever age you are, you disconnect from reality in a 5D world, and you feel terrified at times. I would have moments where my bones would feel like they turned to jelly, literally. I was terrified to tell anyone what was going on because I was too scared that they would think I was mentally ill and needed medication. It was a very close friend named Savannah that did help me. She reached out to me right straight up. I told her very little of what was going on, just like a hint of some of it. And I hadn't seen her in a while. We go through periods where we don't see each other for years, and then we reconnect. It's like we saw each other yesterday. And she helped me out because she was like, I don't think you're having a nervous breakdown. I think, I would call it a revolution. Like, your growth is crazy good. There was things that I went through, extraordinary dreams, whether I would daydream or sleep, information overload, terrifying images flashing. It's almost like being just waking up and you're on the front line and you don't know what the hell is going on. And so I have been led, and I've never heard of this being done, and I've been preparing. I'm going through a shift myself, and in that shift I've been asked to do a task, and I'm going into the dark night of the soul to hold someone's hand that's going through it now. And this may only reach that one person that it's supposed to, but it may reach many that need it, because time is fluid and energy is transferable and transmutable as well. So we're going to ask the divine to protect me, keep me from all harm, only allow me to guide this person for their well-being, their well-intended good for all outcome. Allow me to carry the lantern of light, of the divine light, of unconditional love, to join them for a moment, to allow them to know they are not alone, they are being guided, that what is happening is to release our fears. I'm coming to relieve someone of that complete loneliness feeling. They know who they are. They know who they are, and they're watching. I feel your energy. Yeah, you're really, really, really glad I'm here. Like, I feel like I can hardly breathe. They're like, I'm having anxiety so bad I can't breathe. Yes. So I want you to slow your breathing with me. And remember, this place is just a place of lessons, and no harm will physically come to you. You are going through a transition, a metamorphosis of rebirth. What you're feeling is growing pains. What you're feeling is self-awareness. Self-awareness. Okay? You need to trust. I feel this very strongly. The divine does, the divine is watching. And the things you're being shown, all this information you're being given, it doesn't have to make sense right now. It's all about you hurtling that fear, hurtling your darkest fears, okay? Let's get a little help here. We're going to start with the threads of fate. Okay. Solid knocks. I feel someone is... It's like they feel like they're underwater. And everything they say just comes out in a big blah, 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 like slow motion. That's the anxiety they're feeling. They feel like they're drowning, but they're not. They know they're not drowning. They just feel in this slow motion panic. Okay, so if you're resonating, stay with me. Stay with me. We're going to hold our hands together. I'm holding your hand. We're going to bring in some light. We're going to bring in a guide. The guides have come in through me. My intuition and my channeling of the angels and their messages will come through to you. You are meant to see this. Stay with me. I can feel this energy is here now. Yes. Guide us with the direct message that helps this individual to their highest good. Show them the light. Show them the light. Show them the path that they are to be on for their higher purpose, their highest purpose, for their very highest purpose. Show us the potential of growth. Thank you. Okay. Now, right now, this is going to make a lot of sense to you, okay? Just adjusting the camera a little bit. The warrior. You have to be strong during this battle. This is war. It's the dark night of the soul. It is war. This is the real you. You see this mask you're wearing? You see these eyes looking at you? See this beautiful bird mask? Now look at the two roosters looking at each other. This is you looking at yourself. And that in itself causes the destruction of the narcissistic side of you. It's ego-based that we review. Our fears come in and they start eating us alive at first. You have to look at this with a new perspective. It's not a mask you're wearing. Take the mask off. The true identity is you looking at yourself and learning who that is. It's destroying the actor or actress that's playing the part. Because a true warrior is going to step up. And what are you made of? Well, I'll tell you something. You're persistent. Persistent as a ram. I see Aries. I see Capricorn. Doesn't have to be. I see a lot of air energy with all the feathers. A lot of air energy with the bird motif too. Now, compassion. Instead of ignoring those things about ourselves that we don't like, or instead of being over criticizing of ourselves of those things that we don't like about ourselves, we need to have compassion as we review. Because you are seeing a lot of the mistakes you feel you made. You're reviewing like at the simultaneous, everything's happening at once. Like forward motion is flashing forward at you, like your fears of what the future is. At the same time, you're reliving your past, like every moment you did something you shouldn't have in your book. And at the same time, everybody around you is kind of like, what's going on with you? And you're disconnected completely because you are going through the dark night of the soul. And compassion is what you have to get through it. So you're in labor pains is what you're going through. And you need to take the dark night of the soul as a breathing exercise and an evaluation to get through it. You are going to shed the old you. When you come out, some people refer to it like a walk-in. At least that's what it feels like where I can't explain a walk-in that good. Somebody that is very aware of the past in a documented way, but doesn't recall, it doesn't ring as if it happened to them. It's almost like they watched a movie at times. It's very surreal. So also compassion is very important with others and yourself, but gentleness is a doe. Grace, give yourself some grace. Now this is Ariel, and it's the archangel of animals and the environment, and it's Ariel, gentleness. During these times, you want to stay in as much solitude as you can. Keep down the electronics if you can. Expose yourself to water consistently, whether it's soaking in a tub of Epsom salt or showering. You want to do this at least once a day, as you probably do, but making sure that you just get in there and let that water pour over you, or whatever it is that you feel purifies your aura, because this is a time of sacredness, because you're about to become the light worker. And that's what I'm here for. That's why I said, welcome to the dark night of the soul. You don't see it yet because you are at, welcome to the dark night of the soul. But I am here as a light worker that's gone through it with my lantern tonight. And I am showing you your path. Okay? Grace. Wonderful world. Do you see that? The dolphins are swimming by like this oracle pillar, beautiful place. And it's got the world right in the middle of it. Wonderful world. Yeah, you're being prepared. You're being prepared. In the dark night of the soul, it's different for everyone. But the major part of the dark night of the soul, a huge part, is being able to really accomplish getting over our addiction to the past, reflection, allowing it to live in the now. So we're pulling that past out of the now, and what is going on right now is where you get to where you start realizing that there's these habitual movies we play over and over. Like, we even saved it at the time as, I'm going to remember this moment. This is the worst moment ever, or this is the best moment ever. We label those moments and then we file them away. And we're like, okay, I don't know what's wrong with me. Do I feel sad? Yes, I feel sad. Let me go into the sad box and start digging out old memories to enhance this feeling so I can understand it. And that stops. Because you are in the dark night of the soul. You're going to be pulling those out and reviewing them for a final time and closing that chapter. And it depends on how many books you have as to how hard this journey is. And each person individually, like a fingerprint, like a DNA print, has their own. They want to fly, and it's like deep fall. Okay, a real fly. I don't get flies in my house, to be honest, about once a year. I see it as a winged message. I truly do. Like a fly on the wall. Yeah, that's what I feel like I am. But I feel like I'm also spiritually sitting with you. I can feel us. We're like, there's rubble around us. It's more like there's a fire going in a barrel. And it's like in the middle of nowhere. I don't know why there would be a barrel and so forth burning this light. It's like you're burning the trash. Yeah, that's part of it. And we're in the desert. That's why I say I don't know why there would be all this, because I feel like we're in the desert and like, you know, this is a shaman moment. Like, this is you in your spiritual self. And I almost feel like you're at that peyote moment where you're like, yes, I feel you with me. And you know, at that moment you hear that hawk, caw, yeah, and that's your spirit guide ready to take you deep. Okay, really take you into a deep place to realize that you are shedding the old you with the help of Ariel, archangel of animals and the environment. You are going to be a light worker. You will appreciate this world so much more when you can change your own ego perspective. Instead of seeing this as a mask that you're living through, be the real you and look at that reflection of yourself as above, as below. You'll understand the true meaning. As within, as without. The real you is the warrior. You are the warrior. You're going to be a light worker. And I do feel you're going to be using words, because we have a sword of words cutting through to the truth, cutting through the bullshit. This is very important message for someone. Again, I get Capricornian, I get Aries, I get pretty much anybody, because there's a different way to perceive every one of these cards. All right, now we're going to go into the Whispers of Love. For those of you that were interested, that was the Celebration of Love cards and the Thread of Fate. So this is Whispers of Love, and I do feel this is a message being given directly to you from Ariel, Archangel of Animals and Environment. This is your message of love coming to you from your protector, and obviously Archangel Ariel. And think of Ariel. Ariel. I definitely do feel divine messages coming through. Very graceful messages. Well, I'm glad you found me and I found you today. This is absolutely why I was being guided to come on to share this. Look at this story. It's just incredible. Okay, that didn't work, so we'll take it. Aha! Woohoo! Okay. Turn on your heart light. Reflect on a time when you experience love. Remember when I told you to quit going through that rotation of would've, could've, should've, like that box when you feel sad? Right here, it's doing the opposite. I want you to go to the box that doesn't say sadness, it doesn't say gloom, it doesn't say fear. I want you to literally go to the box that you've got filed in your memory bank, and I want you to pull out the box that says love. Like that was a moment of peace. It was a moment that you treasured, okay? Find that hidden treasure within that box. and reflect on that time so that you can experience that love for healing, because the divine wants you to use that as a self-healing mechanism. So maybe there's a certain song that comes to you. Wind Beneath My Wings came on my head when I said that, Bette Midler. You're the wind beneath my wings. Think of that as the divine holding you up with that wind, okay? That Gaia, that nurture. Yeah, look at that. That's probably why. Look at the feathers. Birds of a feather flock together. Look at the divine. It's absolutely the wind beneath the wings. See, it's coming together. True love. You need to think of a moment when you felt, maybe not a romantic love as this suggests, but it could be, but true unconditional love. And if you haven't felt that, why are you holding back? Because that is what the divine is offering. This love is once in a lifetime. I've got 30 and 36. This love is once in a lifetime. It's got unicorns made it at the top. Yeah, there's something very beautiful awaiting you. In complete harmony with everything. But you have to grow through this moment. You have to get to this potential. It's a door that will open. This love is once in a lifetime. True love. I'm just studying the picture. I'm looking at this. Turn on your heart light. Wow. Yeah. Someone else is going through the same thing as you. And when you turn on your heart lights, you guys will call each other in. But you will heal before you're able to be together. You will both be healed. I mean, those cards are exquisite. Look at this color. Did I say 30 and 36? Those are the numbers. Look at the colors. Is that not exquisite? Look at her, almost like, see, here she is in the 3D. She's imagining that she is with him. She's imagining it. Because over here, in the 5D, she is with him. And this is what you've got to do. You've got to imagine that person that comforts you. Imagine that true love feeling. And you will call that to you. And they will help you. They will help you a lot. But you do have a lot of inner strength that you're learning about right now. You're having to be super, super strong. That's a hard thing to do at the level that's being expected, like frontline warrior. Yeah, and it's destruction, of that old ego. And for fighting what matters. Fighting for what matters. No longer about things that don't help the situation. You're like, okay, doesn't matter. Is it affecting me in a positive light? Is there a reason for this? Or is this just something I'm habitually used to doing? 6 of air, Page of earth, and King of water. All right. I'm just taking it in. Give me a minute. Alright, so I do feel you've been really experiencing a lot of messages in your dream state. Someone's visiting you. It could be an ancestor. They're very, very, very wise. They're talking to you. They're appearing to you almost as a child in your dream state, so that you aren't frightened. I'm not sure you're aware of this, but they come to you like a Peter Pan. That may mean something to you. but they're really very, very old and wise. I say old, like wisdom old, like earthly lives, like it's your higher self or God or whatever you see in your world as the higher power. Yeah, they're coming off as somebody familiar to you. You are connecting with a loved one. And this is somebody in the 5D you are connecting. They may be coming into the material world in a form of a blessing, an opportunity. Page of Water. Could be Pisces, doesn't have to be. Crossing the page of Earth is the page of Water. Two opportunities. One that's stable, one that's passionate. A choice. And your guide is saying choose wisely. Yeah, you got the 11, Justice, right here. They're definitely talking to you in your sleep about a decision that you're making. Okay. Justice means you will choose proper. You need to relax. You don't need to sit here and decide what it is. You will choose proper. Moon. 18. I need clarification of the moon. Holy crap. Alright. When you're going through this decision, you have overlooked something very important. You have 3 offers, but you're only seeing 2. Because you are not looking at yourself as an offer of love. You are not. And when you do, when you see yourself as your own soulmate, and what I mean by that is, you are who you are, complete. You will walk through this, and once you realize that you are complete without these other options, 100% complete, this is when that giant pearl gift will be given to you, and that's when you can help others. Look at the moon. The moon is about things hidden emotionally and so forth. Look at him casting his hands over to the seahorse. And for me, I always see the seahorse as self-reflection. You have the 10 here on the other side with the fortune wheel. There's only one face in that wheel. One person looking at you. You need to quit looking forward. You're everything you need. You are not lacking anything, my dear. You have it all right now. You just aren't feeling it. I know this is going to be hard to hear. It's like the tower moment or something. But you've got to hear it. You are all that you need. It's your mind telling you otherwise. Yeah. It's because you want to cooperate. You want to work together. You're like, I don't want to do this alone, though. I don't want to do this alone. I can feel it. I can hear you. Like you just cried to me. I don't want to do this alone. Explain doing this alone, please. You're not doing this alone. You feel you are. Okay. Here's the thing. You have to do this part alone to call in your passionate new beginning. You have to do this part alone. You have to learn to love you alone. You have to feel sexy alone. You have to feel beautiful alone. You have to feel like you know you did a good job alone. You have to let go of the ego of needing to be told or another making you feel something, making you feel sexy or making you feel beautiful or making you feel satisfied or whatever this is that you're feeling like you need from this other person. You have to let it go. Your foundation's being ripped apart. 16, right here with this spirit guide. You will be nudged by the universe if you don't accept this. It is time to accept that who you are is good enough. This is exactly where you are supposed to be. You need to let that past quit replaying the repetitive negativeness, and you need to, if you're addicted to replaying movies, then find that love message and start replaying that moment of realizing you are good at this. Whether you are good at whatever it is you're good at, and don't say I'm not good at anything, because you are. You are. 7 of Fire, you are a very unique individual. Like, you attract magic naturally because you are a magical being. You truly are. And you are going to ascend very quickly. There's like, I don't know what 7 means to you, okay? But you've got a 7 here and you've got a 3 here, so that's 10 completed with the Tower and an Ace of Fire right here. The World, the completion card, 21. Done deal. We nailed it. That's the lesson. You need to get okay with you because your soulmate needs to get okay with them, and they're reflecting you. You need to love you for who you are. You need to see yourself as good enough. You need to get on with it because you don't have time anymore for this evaluation. It is time for you to become that spirit worker, that light worker that is going to be helping others. I can see that now. Yeah, it's time to be making plans on what's going to be happening here and how you're going to be of service, because you're going to heal quickly if you allow it. It's all your choice. It's your choice. But this is the forward motion is showing. And yeah, 4 of Earth. It's all about the stability. You want stability. You don't feel like anything's stable. Like, yeah, you're like, how can I move forward when everything is... Everything's so crazy, right? How do you even count on something? And it sounds easy to move forward, right? The Empress, the 3. You are complete. As the Empress, you are complete. Yes, there is a counterpart, but it's not half of her. It's not a soul tie that way. It's not a twin flame type energy. This is the counterpart. Somebody that she's a complete thing on herself. He's a completed thing. And those energies mix perfectly to be balanced. This is a balanced individual. And that's what you have to be to call in who you need right now. And it's about self-reflection and the will. You are reflect. Yeah. You are looking at a very clear time coming ahead that will be prosperous too, with a lot of clarity. King of Air. It's also about, setting your boundaries and making sure that you follow them. It's like living by a code of honor. Truly. You're the King of Air. You're the truth. You walk it, you talk it, Yeah, temptation, 15. That's a lot of that dark night of the soul, temptation. You can feel it. You can feel it all around you. And it's affecting your ability to really manifest a solid foundation. It's the test. 10 of Waters, wish fulfillment, completion with the Empress. You wished for something of a fulfillment You wished a big wish, and you're going to get it. It's a big wish of love. You wanted unconditional love. You're going to get it. You just have to get through the hoops and the blocks and go through this temptation, this Queen of Fire. It's like she's got that heart chakra going. She's hot. It's like she's guarding the gate, you know. And she's right by the temptation. Queen of Fire with the King of Air. Well, what does air do to fire? Sets this fire blazing. It's right near temptation. You need to rest. Trust in the divine. And you really need to look at this as a... Take a long look at this. If you want your 10... then your 10 of Cups, then you have to allow someone, something, not to affect where your path is. Like, keep the distractions limited right now. Oh, there you go. Ace of Air. Wow. Truthful. Air, truth, 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 truth. You get the 4 of Air here. Yeah, you're in the middle of a battle. No doubt. You're in a battle. But the truth is coming in, and you are coming into the Empress status when this rest and healing takes place. You will realize that you do not really need anyone to be okay. You don't, because your life is very rich and full. Yes, I get this 3 of Earth wanting to cooperate and work with someone in that way. The thing is, what I'm saying is, to get to that, you have to be okay with yourself being completely healed to call in the other completely healed person. You're both in tandem, healing and reflecting each other. Exactly, 5 of Swords. You're both in this reflection of your past right now, so neither of you can come together because you're not ready. It's like you can't take the bread out of the oven till it's risen. Yeah, justice is in reverse. It's not working right now. You're not ready, my love. You're still replaying this. I don't want to call it a fantasy because it's memories, but you know, we never remember something twice the same. There's always a slight change. So every time you remember it, it gets a little bit further and a little bit further from the actual occurred event. King of Air, Ace of Water, and your spirit guide is telling you it's time to move into a more abundant, loving environment because there's a stable new beginning coming in. I mean, your mind has you locked up tight, and you're going to have to replace, because you are in the habit of letting your mind really, really go and go and go and go. You're wrapped up in it. You're going, yeah. 6 of Wands, turning your back, and you're not. You're in reverse. It came like this, so it's reverse. And you got the reverse justice. You're not turning your back on the past, but you need to get this card upright. You literally need to start. Okay, you guys, I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to give you some analogy that's going to make a lot of sense. So, let's say you're on a boat. And it's going to sink. You know it. You're in the middle of nowhere. The boat is going down. That's your Tower moment. There's a bunch of you in this boat. Do you want to sit there and figure out who forgot the life raft? Do you want to waste the time? How long are you going to talk about that? Well, meanwhile, if you would just realize that does not serve a purpose, you know, really you want to think about it for 2 minutes maybe and be like, who forgot that? And if nobody answers, get on with the show, because it's time to get off this boat that's sinking. The Tower moment, this place is burning down to the ground. And you can't stay in it. It's over. It's done. and you creating this environment of reliving recycled memories that bring you pain. You're stuck. You're in Groundhog's Day. You're in Groundhog's Day. Welcome to the dark night of the soul. And I'm here to give you that lantern. That's why I'm here. You're stuck. You're reliving the past over and over in these bloody cycles. It says it right there with 5 of Swords. Feeling like, you get it. High Priestess. A 2 with the 5 of Earth. And if you think about it, it's just something's lacking. It's lacking faith in yourself. You see yourself as a half empty glass, like you've just given and given and given and given. You've got to reclaim your power to get out of this position. Okay? It's time to reclaim your power, is what the High Priestess is saying. And when I say reclaim your power, I'm talking about the energy that you are investing in the wrong direction. The energy that you invest is going to cause that item to grow. So you're watering this seed. You're watering the seed. What seed are you watering? Really pay attention close to what seed that you want to grow, because you're manifesting. Yeah. You're not paying attention to what seed you're manifesting here. Look at this. You're not noticing that even in your daydream, you're manifesting this regret and what if, and if I could have, and if I would have, and maybe I should have. But that cycle has been done for a while. But you're like stuck in the record. And you're like stuck in the record. And you're like stuck in the record. You feel me? It's like somebody needs to tap you on the back, say, hey, reset. And that's what I'm here for, my love. That's why I brought you the lantern. Yeah, it was passionate. Great. Good deal. But stop with the 9 of Swords in the past. Yes, they did you very wrong. You are right. They broke your heart. They probably had other people, other options, left you feeling like, I gave everything I could with my heart. I keep giving to these people and they keep leaving me feeling like I'm not good enough. I gotcha. Guess what? Their opinion does not matter. Do you understand? Their opinion does not matter. Do you really honestly think that if how do I put this? Okay, we're going to leave it there. You have a messenger of Earth. Somebody's going to come and explain some stuff to you. All right, somebody with some wisdom. You need to pay attention. They're bringing you a message. And they're going to clear up some stuff. All right? So this person has fears from their childhood. I do feel it's possibly fear of abandonment. Possibly fear, I don't know, just some fears. Fear of love. They have fear of love. I don't think they really understand what love is. So it scares them. And they don't know how to respond to true love. Right? That's their issue, my dear. You are not here to fix them when you are still broken. You have to fix you. That's the only person you can fix you. Love. A 6. You want to tame that beast, but you still have a beast within. And this dark night of the soul is saying, tame your inner beast first before you can even help another. I hear that and I don't know if you've ever thought of it this way, nor have I, but don't throw a rock if you're in a glass house, right? Well, I think that goes for this. You want to help people. You want to be there for them, as do I. But there are times when we're not really able to, because you can't get any more blood out of a turnip. You just can't get blood out of a turnip. If we don't have it to give, it's because we've depleted ourselves, because we have to have a lot of self-love. And we have to know internally that we're here for a higher purpose, and that we have self-worth, we have value. We're a light worker, we're a chosen person, and we will be divinely protected. And there will be times when somebody rejects us and we don't understand it. And you have to think of it this way. You are being divinely protected from this individual for a reason. Kind of like a child that reaches out to get that pickle that first time. It's going to be really sour, but they don't know it. So the mom might slow them down and give them a heads up, right? A little protection. And the child will throw a tantrum. I want a pickle, right? Finally, you just let them have the pickle, and then they're like, ugh, what the heck? And you're like, well, I was trying to give you a heads up. Free will, you know. 8 of air. Yeah. Walking away. You're getting there. You're getting strength. Look at that beautiful 8. You got the 8 of air and you've got the strength card. That's 2 8s. 2 8s side by side. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Told you I was here to give you a message. I love you guys. So know you're not alone. Know you are good enough. Know that we are going to have to get out of this reflective pain mode. And it's not just lovers that have done us wrong. Parents have done us wrong. Neighbors have done us wrong. Kids at school did us wrong. And we go through it during the dark night. We really look at those situations because we need to visit them, experience it, get the lesson one final time, and just be like, okay, I'm done with that memory because I know what it means, right? So you've got to get to a point where you think about, why am I thinking about this event over and over and over? Why am I keep thinking about Timmy's birthday party and that day and how that went? Or why am I constantly thinking about that flat on the road I had and this happening? Whatever it is that you replay, stop for a moment and ask yourself why. Because we need to get this abundance of the 7 wands. That's where we need to get our mindset. I'm just going to tell you, Queen of Coins, King of Wands, and the High Priestess. I say it like that because what that tells me is you're still in your head. You're like, I feel like you're saying, yes, but this individual, if I let him go, which this is your choice, there's nobody that's going to measure up to the abundance I feel with this person in passion. Like, you feel like, even though maybe you're enough sexually, and this is about passion in that way, it's a deep, deep feel. You're like, how is anybody going to compare? But there's something you do not know. I feel like you're asking that. High Priestess, please show what is not being shown. Please reveal this. King of Wands and Queen of Coins. What is it that we do not know, please? Please give us clarity on the King of Wands and Queen of Coins. Thank you. Temperance. Divine intervention that slows things down, brings you to a still moment. It says, hold up. Look, the cups are pulled apart. 2 cups are being held. And that water is flowing magically to be blended by that. So these cups are being blended very specifically for a reason. There's a divine reason, purpose for these 2 cups. Okay, so you're going through this healing process. They are too. They're reflecting you, and the 2 cups are being mixed. Okay. I got the Devil energy, Knight of Coins, and Wheel of Fortune. All right, so The wheel is turning. The stable night is coming in. And there's something toxic, possibly. Capricorn energy. There is something toxic that you've got to let go of for the wheel to turn. You have to make the decision to let go. That's the toxicity. Yeah, you're replaying the past. You have not made a full decision. You think you have. But because you're reliving that passion and not, you're measuring up. Like you're measuring, yeah, you're like measuring up. Ugh. Other prospects to that, and you're like, it's not measuring up. Others aren't measuring up. But you have the tools right here if you wanted to. Time to self-master. 8. You got another 8 on the board. There is something that you are not seeing. You will see it much clearer, the yin and the yang, in time. But you need to get self-mastered first. Self-healed. Get rid of this negative cycle. Cut it out. Cut out what does not serve you. If it's that cycle, yes, heal so that your wish can come true, the star. Then you get your cooperation. Then you get your soulmate comes in, the real true deal. The real true deal. Yeah, there's your new beginning with the Fool. And your Knight of Wands comes in. It's going to be passionate. You just don't see it. You don't see it right now. It's going to take time. Patience, my love, but you have to get yourself through this. You have to get through this fear cycle, and they do too. There's a fear cycle you're going through as you walk through the dark night, and you have to get to where you let go of this measuring up and weighing out things so detailed. If it doesn't feel right, then just rest on it. Think on it for the night. Allow yourself to digest the newness of things. You're going to be out of your comfort zone. You will. Absolutely. You are now. You're like, what do you mean out of my comfort zone? There is nothing comfortable about this. Yeah, it's unfolding. Your spiritual gifts are unfolding. From the dark night, you will bloom. You're breaching. You're coming out of it very soon. You're almost there. You're almost there, my love. Yes, yes, yes. You're further than you think. You're closer than you think, too. Yeah, vigilance. Stone people, stay strong. It's about to happen. Don't give up now. Do not give up now. It's veiled right now. It is veiled. You've cut the High Priestess twice. You've got veiled. You're not seeing it right now, but I promise you in the 5D, something big, very purposeful. There is like a universal plan that has this individual and this individual, these two energies, this divine plan. But there's this interference that's running between you. And you're locked. You're holding yourself in that locked position in the 5D world. Like you've got this barbed wire fence up because it's all about comparing others to this one specific feeling that you need to be experiencing. But what you don't understand is that feeling that you get with that one certain energy when they entangle. It's not going to happen again anyway. It will not work. So that is a memory that can be appreciated and detached the expectation of it. Kind of like you were on a trip somewhere and you ate the most delicious donut of your life, and you're never going to have that other donut again. From then on, you're like, no, I don't even want a donut. No, it doesn't taste right. Da 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 da. And then finally you break down and you eat maybe something else, a piece of cake, and you're like, oh, this is even better than that donut I had. And then after that, you understand that what is meant for you is going to come to you at the right place at the right time. We can't hurry these things, and you don't want somebody that's not healed, and you don't want to be unhealed and join this person and it just be a cluster, right? Everybody needs time right now. But you do have to get over these fears, and you have to know you are good enough all by yourself, and that's what you got to get to know. You are very good. You have a very special purpose, and I was very guided to make sure and do this. I was supposed to do singles night, and I just couldn't. Not right then. I might do it yet, but I needed to spend some time with walking through the dark night of the soul with you to understand why you're stuck, because the divine sent me in to give you that little light to be able to see in the darkness during your tower moment, my dear. Yeah, the foundation's crumbling. You might be experiencing actual very, very detailed dreams and feelings, and then you wake up and it's almost like you're pulling pieces out of it that don't make sense, because your subconscious is not completely allowing you full access. Does that make sense? Like, you allow things, but if you choose not to see it, your subconscious is like, I'll block it for you. I'll block it. Whew, that was some heavy stuff. Like, it really was. It's so difficult to go through this dark night and realize that we have to grow and ascend in order to be at the vibration to help others. We have to go through hell. We have to get past fears. Like, I had fears that were just irrational. Like, I was fearful the earth was just going to crack in half, and like we'd get sucked off the planet in the middle of everything. And I'd like see my dog drawn off the planet magnetically. It was horrible visions that I would torture myself with. And I don't know to this day why I allowed it. But it's part of the dark night of the soul. Like, we get so entrenched in our own fear that we create a Freddy Krueger dream state. And in that sense, we do manifest our own energies that will produce, like, that can be a poltergeist of sorts. Like, I mean, that's the only word I can think of it. It can be a literal manifested energy that is around us, that when we feel like our foundation isn't sturdy enough, our energy level will disrupt sometimes electromagnetic fields, such as your remote, your charge card, your phones, just your computer, like electronical devices even during that. And it's because we are so imbalanced while we're going through the dark night. Like, we submerge ourselves into hell, and it's almost like, it's like ice fishing and falling through the ice. And you don't know where the opening is to get back up to the surface to breathe. But while you're under there, there's just enough oxygen below the ice that if you can keep your head at that level to where your cheek touches that ice a little bit, you can breathe. But you feel like you don't know how long you can personally stay warm enough to care whether you're okay or not, you know? So it's a dream state, and I'm here to help the best I can. But we'll be working on this together on other times that we come together. If you guys ever do want us to do a live, I can do a live where we interact. Just remember, YouTube is extremely slow. So you can post a question and like 4 minutes later it finally pops up on my screen. So I might be a little slower to respond, but I could do some live reads for you guys, answer some questions. Just let me know in the comments below if that's what you would like. Now listen to me. As you go through this, I want you to know that as I walk away, I leave with you the light. Okay? You can now see a little bit clearer, and you are not alone. I told you. Shaman. Ancient healing wisdom. Trust me. I told you. Iceberg submerged. See? You can trust me. I do this to heal you. Much love, much light. Namaste.